So the American culture is definitely very interesting, although I've noticed that in comparison to my own culture, it's a much more distant. Because in my country, for example, with greeting someone, you kiss them or hug them, whereas here you just say hi to them or something like that.
Well, since I never studied in American school before, I think the harshest difference for me was the language. I think the harshest one was the language, because every paper, every person you talk to is different. So it's not in Portuguese because I'm from Brazil, but it's in English. So even though I studied English my whole life, it's not my first language. It's not my native language.
I think that something that stands out of the American culture is how big they go on holidays. From decorating and putting lights everywhere to selling a lot of either Christmas cards or Valentine's Day cards or Halloween cards. I feel like in comparison with Argentina, they really have a big spirit about it, and it's really nice. Something that represents the Argentinian culture is how important spending Sundays with family is. We get all together and have huge barbecues and spend the day together.
In Costa Rica, everybody wants to be your friend, so if you're in the street walking and someone talks to you, it's fairly normal. Or if you walk into a store and someone is very friendly, that's also very normal. And I've noticed that here, being that friendly and that outgoing is not seen as normal as in my country.
And one thing that I find really amazing about my culture is the food, which is Brazilian food. In my case, there are a lot of regions in Brazil, but in my case, my region is in the north, and there are a bunch of rivers, and that's why we eat a lot of fish. And it's my favorite food, basically. But we also have sweet foods, which are amazing. There is one called brigadeiro, which is basically chopped cocoa powder with milk, condensed milk, and it's so good. And I gave it to some people here in the US, and they all loved it.
In Costa Rica, we have this saying, slang kind of, that is pura vida. It literally translates to pure life, and it can be anything in Costa Rica. It can be used to describe someone as someone friendly, someone pura vida. It can be used to say thank you, as a greeting, as hey, how are you, pura vida. It can be used as several different ways, and it's a very big characteristic about who we are as a culture and a very big part of our country.
We're also very known for having the best steak. In every country that I've been to, there's always an Argentinian restaurant, and they always talk about how they love our meat.
And now that we're in December and Christmas time is around, we have a festival named Festival de la Luz, Festival of Lights, and it's kind of like the Macy's parade, but very, very little, and it's with big cars filled with lights, and each car represents a different either company of the country or store, for example. And there's also people dancing, there's cheerleaders, there's bands playing, so it's a big festival.
One memory that I remember that relates me to my Brazilian culture is when I participated in the parade in Carnaval, which is in English is Carnival. Carnival is actually a tradition in Brazil, and people from all over the world come to Brazil to see Carnival in February. But what happens in Carnival? Well, in Carnival, usually people dance a lot. They dance samba, and it's a parade, and people dance samba in the parade, and they have samba playing, and everybody have fun and has fun. And it's so much fun to be there and to be connected to your family and your country.
When I graduated from high school, me and my friends went to Bariloche, which is a place that every senior class goes to. And it's really important because in between the months of July and August, a lot of kids from different schools go there and promote the tourism in that place.
So a very big cultural connection that I have with my own country and culture overall is when I go to a small town that's called Palmares with my family, and it's far away from the city, so it's kind of leaning towards the rural area, and it's very nice because you can see how close together everyone is. You're in the car and every 5 minutes you stop the car just to say hi to people that are walking down the street. It's also there's also coffee time at 3-4 p.m. where everyone just sits together and drinks coffee, and you never close the door of your house, so all your family can come in whenever they want. And it's just a very nice experience because you get that family bond and experience overall. That's a very typical thing in rural areas in Costa